Hi, Kara. It's Amazon, or Angela. I'm sorry. I thought I'd do a video response as well to your video, your updated video from the 26th. I actually got to watch it completely uninterrupted by my two boys, so that was actually kind of nice. About your head hunger. I don't remember if you watched a video of mine where I talked about last week where I had a day where, or was it earlier this week? I don't remember, but it's where, I was literally like, oh my God, I'm going to go absolutely stir crazy if I don't get some junk food. And I normally, except while I was pregnant with my youngest son, I don't really crave junk food. Every once in a while, yeah, some Pringles are nice, maybe some ice cream. I hate milkshakes, so those were never a big deal to me. Maybe a Dairy Queen ice cream cone while we're out and about on a hot day or something. But, I never really craved junk. And let me tell you, on that day, my son's bunny from his Easter basket almost got annihilated. It took every ounce of being that I had not to eat it, and I'm glad I didn't. I didn't touch any of his candy. I didn't even open his jelly beans. He has a bunch of jelly beans, Starburst jelly beans that he got from a friend of mine for Easter, and I didn't have a single one. And I'm very, very proud of myself. And sure enough, about a day and a half later, I am not craving anything sweet at all. Nothing. I don't want anything junky at all. As a matter of fact, I've actually been craving salad. So today for lunch, I actually had a chicken salad with some feta cheese all over it. And for a little bit of sweetness, I did put about a tablespoon of dried cranberries on it. But other than that, I have completely cut out all of my carbs. If you haven't done that already, and when I mean all carbs, I mean all your pasta, all your bread, anything with sugar in it, any of your fruits and your fruit juices, try, because especially right after weight loss, from the research I've done, a lot of people can't handle sweet stuff for the first month or so after surgery. Maybe if you haven't started doing a really strict diet before you start your liquid diet for pre-op, I would highly suggest maybe doing something similar to like Atkins or South Beach, where you completely cut out all of your carbs. Just get them gone. Get all that junk, and your system will clean itself out from all that sugar, and you will feel so much better. For me, it was about a day and a half, 2 days before the cravings stopped. For you, depending, it could be a day, it could be a couple days, but that once you get out of that, you're going to feel so much better, and it'll be a lot easier to transition into your new life where you're having to eat a lot of protein, because Atkins and South Beach require a lot of protein intake. Sorry if you hear my dogs barking in the background. They're barking at my neighbors next door. So I would highly suggest from here on out, maybe cut out all of your carbs, all of them. Just don't eat any of them, except for what are in your protein shakes. I know my protein powder has a little bit, I think it's like 3 grams of carbs. So the only carbs I'm getting are coming from the beans I'm eating, like my hummus here. This is actually what I had for my snack. I had probably a quarter cup of hummus and some cucumber, sliced cucumber that I dipped it in. And there's carbs in this, 4 grams of carbs, but none of them are sugar. It's just carbs from the beans. So maybe cut out all of your carbs that come from fruits, essentially anything that's got a lot of sugar in it. And fruits, especially fruit juices. I can't even tell you the last time I actually drank fruit juice, mainly because of the fact that of me being diabetic. Fruit juice really spikes my blood sugar really high, and it bottoms out pretty quickly. So I don't really drink a whole lot of juice. I do occasionally, but I tend to water down my juices. So you might want to give that a try. get rid of your carbs. Just do it now. Get them all out of the house. Your system will kind of re-kickstart, and it'll be fine. It may take a day or two where you're just going out of your mind, like, oh my God, I'm going to die if I don't get something or some sort of junk. Like you, I don't really crave junk, except when I was pregnant with my youngest son. I craved anything and anything that was bad for me. As a matter of fact, he made me gain 20 pounds. And yeah, I'm looking at you, kid. He's waving at me with his foot. He's so cute. He's 8 months old, so he's being a little adorable little guy. So cut out all your carbs. Do it now. That way it's a lot easier to do from here on out. And with your marriage stuff, I'm glad you guys are going to counseling. That should help things, especially if he's willing to go to counseling. A friend of mine tried to get her husband to go. He refused. He didn't want to go, but she finally bugged him enough where he went unwillingly. And of course, he just sat there and didn't really participate. So I'm glad that you both are going to be going. My husband and I have been fighting for about a week and a half now, and it's been pretty ugly. And unfortunately, I don't know, I remember you saying that you're having to do more things. This is about you. I'm doing that for my husband, and he's a good man and I love him, but man, sometimes I just want to strangle him. He brought home ice cream. I don't remember if it was earlier this week or last weekend or something, but I wanted to kill him. He brought home, and not just like one little container of ice cream that he could eat. He brought home 2 1-gallon things of ice cream. Now, one of them was Rocky Road, which I completely detest. I won't touch it. Matter of fact, the thought of it makes me kind of nauseous. But the other kind was one of my favorites, which is Reese Peanut Butter Cup. I went completely bananas, and because he'd already gotten into the Rocky Road, he couldn't go back and return them, and he'd even gotten into the peanut butter cup. So he went and took them and threw them down the garbage disposal. So that was kind of helpful. But we've been arguing and fighting about other things, getting ready for this surgery. It's kind of expensive having to go out and buy new containers for me, my protein shakes and powders and vitamins and this and that and everything else. And he completely went off the handle that it was costing so much. And finally I went off the handle and said, well, how much is my health worth to you? Do you want to end up raising 2 kids by yourself? Sorry, but this is all about me. I am doing this for me. I want a better life for myself. I want a healthier life for myself, and my husband understands that, but at least he says he does, but I really don't think he gets it. Excuse me while I pull my hair up. It's really hot down here in Texas. And my older son is making all kinds of noise. Matter of fact, he's trying to shove one of our cats into a cat carrier at the moment. That's another thing my husband and I have been arguing about. A cat that I've had literally longer than my husband. I've had him for 11 years. I've had him since he was a month old. My husband left the front door open. My cat's an inside cat. He got out, and we haven't seen him. The neighbors said that they saw him, and we waited up until about 1 o'clock in the morning last night, hoping he would show up, and he never did. So I think my poor little guy might be gone. The shelter, we live in a pretty small town. The shelter, the 2 guys that work at the shelter are aware of it and have a description and everything. So I'm hoping I'll get my baby back. So that's been kind of hard on me. I also want to get down to about 300 pounds before surgery, and I have literally cut my calorie intake down quite drastically. Actually, the day that my cat went missing, I only ate 400 calories that day because I was out wandering around trying to find, my little baby, my little fur baby. But right now, I think I'm sitting at about 1,000 to 1,100 calories a day, which I don't really recommend unless you really got the willpower to do it. But that's what I'm doing to kind of prepare myself for surgery. And maybe you can try the same thing, or whatever works for you, and see how that works. And you'll get those 7 pounds off Excuse me while I tell my son to put that away. Here. Connor, well, you know that cat carrier weighs more than you do, sweetheart. Come here. You want to come here and say hi? This is my son, Connor. Say hi. He got his first stitches about 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, he's taking after me and his dad. We're accident prone, just walking around. Go play. And so, yeah. You know, try cutting out all your carbs and see where that gets you. Maybe the craving, it'll help the craving stop, because I find, at least for me personally, if I'm eating carbs, I am more likely to eat crap. So therefore, if I don't eat carbs, especially any types of breads or pastas, because those are my demons besides the Pringles, I don't crave the other crap. So I don't even, I think I've got some Ezekiel bread that I've got up in the freezer, but I haven't touched it, as well as some whole wheat naan bread that we normally eat with our hummus, but I haven't touched it. So I will be continuing my little South Beach diet, and hopefully working on some things at home myself with my own husband, and some of my own personal demons now that my kitty is gone. But remember that you have a YouTube family here that's rooting for you, and we'll stand behind you. Keep your chin up. And, you know, that's what these videos were for. I'm using them to come on and vent too. Like when I had my craving, my head hunger day, where I was just like, oh my God, I'm going out of my mind. And it was kind of funny. I got some messages from some people that said, hang in there, it gets better. And it will. It'll get better. And once we have our surgeries, girl, it'll be a whole new world. Unlike you know, I was a skinny kid growing up because I was an athlete, and most of my family is pretty thin. So yeah, I can remember what I was, but it makes me that much more ashamed at what I've become. But you and I will get there, where we can look back on our introduction video a year from now and go, holy crap, what a change that this journey has done for us. And you will not regret it one bit. And you'll be able to look at your videos and go and just watch as the weight, especially on your face, that's one of the first places it comes off. It disappears, and a whole healthier life and a whole healthier you comes out. So stay strong. Make sure you're drinking plenty of your water. Message me back if you have any questions about the South Beach diet. I don't know if you've ever tried it. I can email you some links if you want to some recipes. See if one of your friends, a family member or something, has the book that you can borrow. Or see if you can get it cheap somewhere. I got mine at Barnes & Nobles. I think they were half off or something. So, you know, check out Half Price Books, and if it works for you, great. If you have something else lined up, then, you know, great. And don't worry, your surgery date, girl, it's around the corner. The tunnel is opening, and it'll be great. You just got to hang in there until that day. So keep your chin up and keep up with the good stuff, okay?